It's your homeschooling mom's update time. What have we been up to this week? A lot of violence, like every week these days. This morning, just this morning by 8 a.m., my daughter had grabbed the back of my hair and had yanked it in anger because I said no. She wanted a certain box with toys in it, and I said no, later. It's not for now, it's for later. We give our children many passes because of the conditions they have, the disorders they have. But one thing we do want them to understand or learn is wait and no. But that caused a lot of, it was just too dramatic. She tried to push me and push me. She tried to pull me. She grabbed my hair and I wasn't expecting it because she was behind me. So I didn't even see her hand coming when she yanked, and then my head snapped back. And then she was trying to push me and push as hard as she could. It wasn't last week's or 2 weeks ago's gentle push. It was a real go and do what I want you to do. So that's how our morning has gone. It is 9:19 and my hip is gone. My right side has always been worse than my left. My left isn't great, but my right side has been worse, and it's... When I went to the hospital with my daughter, when she was hospitalized because of her Munchausen, that's what I'm going to call it, when she was hallucinating and having headaches that suddenly disappeared the very day she went into hospital, the psychiatrist is quite overweight. And from pictures I'd seen before, she wasn't like that until she got lung disease from bad COVID. She almost died. She was in hospital for 10 months in ICU. So she really suffered lung damage, and so now she's on an oxygen tank. And even just sitting there talking, she was coughing. And I told someone that, I know it's vain or stupid, but one of my fears is becoming overweight. Overweight is not me. It's not something I've ever been okay with. In our culture, being fat is better than being super skinny or just being skinny. But it wasn't okay for me. So I was telling him that to lose control over your body and not be able to move because of disease, and thereby watch yourself becoming not who you want to be, it must be traumatizing, and it's really scary. And I really enjoy exercising. I can't imagine not being able to exercise. So I said I'm thankful that my lungs do allow me a bit of movement, because she can't even walk for exercise. I hadn't exercised since that time of hospitalization. My body has not allowed me. I am deteriorating, as I keep saying. I tried this week. I got to 8 minutes, and this is low impact, no jumping. I got to 8 minutes and my leg was giving way and shooting pain. Imagine the bone in your buttock. It's shooting pain there. That's your SI joint. Today I didn't even get to 8 minutes. By the time I was in the shower after my 5 minutes, my leg was giving way, and there's something wrong with my hip. So that's how it is. It's gone this morning already. Violence and extreme pain. I'm seeing the rheumatologist next week. Now onto the children. I'm not going to go too much into their health because it's more ill health at the moment. It's more decreasing mobility, more pain. I did my second Cosentyx injection. I had a bad reaction the next day, abdominal distress, to put it mildly, but it's been okay now. It's not as bad as last month. Last month, when I took the injection, when I drank or swallowed, I needed to go to the loo immediately, and not for a number one. So it's been so far not as bad, actually, after that first day. So that's where we are with my health. Second is the children, the autism, and we know that I've already been pulled. School is more difficult. I have said before that we're pretty sure our non-talking twin, our very talkative twin, also has autism or is autistic. she definitely shows signs of ADHD. She's not just happy and hyperactive. All children like to play, but she can't actually sit down and even have a story read to her. She's gone. She can't focus. When you're reading to her, she's asking her own questions. She's not even listening to what you're saying, which is making her preschool, much, much more difficult. And so that is difficult. Also, I try and teach the older two, the middle two. My teens were done with school for now until we get results. Please let them be good so we don't have to redo anything. So I'm teaching the middle two and then telling each child, you do this, you do that, because they can't read. My son can't read. My daughter, you need to give an ADHD person, especially one with severe ADHD, a lot of help. So I read the instructions for her. I remind her what she must do. And I have to do the same for my son. If my daughter then comes out, my 4-year-old, we're in trouble because she doesn't know how to just sit still and wait. So I'll be teaching and talking, and she's there. Mommy, what about this? Mommy, why can't I have the same book as him? I want the same book as this. I'm done with my work. It's chaotic. It is chaotic. I need a teacher's assistant. I don't even have a teaching salary for myself. But it's chaotic. It's stressful. And it's not fair on the children. And no matter how hard I try and find a slot where she will be busy, she makes herself unbusy. And she comes. And that's the weird thing. She wants to do school. Her preschool is attractive and child-friendly. But again, she will do a bit of work, and it's not a lot of work. And then she will move on to other pages. She's not waiting for me to say, all right. She doesn't tell me I'm done. She'll just move on to another page and start scribbling on there and doing her own things instead of waiting for instruction. I don't have it all together. I'm just doing it. That's the message I wanted to tell you. If you're a homeschooling mom who thinks you're just not under control, you probably aren't, but no one else, I'm not either. The teens, my daughter got into nursing also, which was her first choice at the University of Pretoria. You can imagine how I felt when I read that email. I'm so excited for them. I'm so excited for me. I'm excited because of the negative anti-homeschooling, not even vibe, words that have been thrown at me. That's why I'm so happy and excited, because it proves them wrong, and I hate that. But I'm glad that I am being vindicated. I'm glad for my children that they can get a chance to live their dreams. You know how I wanted to be a nurse, a midwife specifically, and I was told it's not good enough. I'm happy that I can step back and let my children choose. If in their first year they realize, this is not it, I will also give them the freedom to make another decision. I'm grateful. I'm grateful that we don't have to continue the same patterns we were raised under. So that's that. And I will show some bits of our school. At around 2 a.m., I'd gone to her twin who was awake, and I heard noise from her room. So I go to her and I ask, Nene, why are you making a noise in the middle of the night? And she said, I'm just happy. I'm just singing and playing. What can we say to that?
Thank you. Alright. Let's invite back, please.
I've got a vision therapy textbook done by a real proper doctor. It's for age 4 upwards. My daughter is turning 5 in October, And they mentioned that 1 in 4 children has visual processing disorder. That's normal, any old child. But also, if the person is left-handed, they're also more likely to take a bit longer to learn to read from left to right. Their brain is automatically reading right to left, which is what I've seen with my 4-year-old. And just the lack of focus. And I've seen how she writes. Yeah. So I thought, let me just do them. It's not like it will hurt anything if she does the visual therapy either, will it? So she killed me. I'm holding something up here, a smiley face. And I tell her, okay, just move your eyes. Don't move your head. Follow the smiley face. Look at the smiley face. She'll be like, and I'm telling her, no, look at this. Look at it. So I'm telling her, okay, just look at the smiley face. So I tell her, no, you mustn't move your head. So I say, okay, fine. I'll hold your chin and you just move your eyes. Then she goes, when I was moving it, and I thought, okay, I give up. I give up. That's how school has been. Funny, chaotic, interesting. We've made some gains. And the last thing, I realized, dyscalculia is a problem with numbers. I realized all this time, we do know that our son has auditory processing disorder. So he hears sound, but converting it into something meaningful is a problem. It's slow going. And sometimes he just will think, as I gave the classic example, when I told him walk on the line, and he said, there's no lion here. So all along he'd been thinking line and lion are the same thing, and it's all lion. So we were doing numbers. I did mention last week that we're just going back and doing basics. So I tell them to count, and they always say 50, 60, and I keep saying no, 15, and we have the number 15. But it turns out that in their reckoning also it's the same thing. So 15 and 50 are the same. So somehow they're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, going 15, 16, 17, 18, up to 50. But somehow it's actually still the same number. I was blown away. I've never seen such struggle in my life. So we're going even back more to basics. I'm writing it down so they can read a 15 and 50, and also writing the numbers down also, and emphasizing that this one is bigger than this one and there's more, by making them count cereal pieces. So that's what we're doing with our school also. The other day we didn't do any school at all because my 4-year-old, what I do is I record myself reading books, whether it's Bible, educational, and then I put it on video, and then they get to watch it. Sometimes I add stuff, like if we're reading a book about Noah, then I add the sounds, thunder and rain sounds. So I'm done with a Noah book, so I put it on my talkative 4-year-old's bed. Her twin sister isn't interested in books at all. And she was so excited. Noah, it's Noah. And she decided, okay, there's no school. My brother and my sister are going to sit with me and we will read the book of Noah. And they had fun. And that was okay with me. So that morning we didn't do school. We did school in the afternoon. Flexibility and working with the child's interests. Why did God send a flood?
Because he wanted to destroy all the bad people.
Yes, all the bad people must be washed away. Do you want to have bad people in your house, Nene?
No.
Do you want Amy to grab from you?
No.
Must she steal your stockings?
No.
No. So God said, I don't want those bad people. They must be washed away. Yes.
And Papa, you think me? Isn't there water?
Yes, they all drowned.
Both of us.
Both of you?
Yes.
What's going to happen to the both of you?
We will just die.
Oh, I don't know. You are like Noah. Will you die? You'll be safe like Noah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And God made the flood.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But the story.
Mm-hmm.
And then three sons. They were good.
Yes, they were good and they were working very hard. I mean, were they helpful to each other or did Noah build alone? So I have figured that that's what I'm going to have to do also with her school book. We were meant to be discussing trees and she just couldn't sit down. And it was a real story about going to pick trees. She wasn't listening. So I'm going to have to read and record myself. She will watch and that will capture her interest. This is complicated, complex, tiring, painful. You'll see me rocking in one video because of the pain. The weight on each leg, it's worse. It makes the pain worse when you've got weight on your limbs. And bending also, sitting. But we go ahead, we forge on despite the suffering. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you have also had some good news this week to balance the bad. And if your life is just calm, enjoy it. I hope it lasts long. I think this is really cool. She made a little fish pond or aquarium or fish bowl. That is really nice. This really helps writing on a surface like this against a window, on a window, something upright. Is really good for children. So this is whiteboard marker and you can erase it with whiteboard spray or you can use normal window cleaner like I'm about to use Mr. Sheen. It wipes it away and you don't ever remember that there was ever anything on the window. So that's what we've done this afternoon. It's supposedly Women's Day, but you know, mamas never rest. So this is part of what we did. She took them off. It's a garden. Good job. Fine motor skills. What did you say you did?
That's in the flower pot.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna come see. Okay, I'm coming. I'm on my way. Oh no, my beans are burning. Wow, you did that, hey? You made a garden.
I made all the leaves, all the flowers,
And
and then it's covered.
what color is that one?
Pink.
Did you make that one?
Yes.
Did you have fun?
Yes, I usually actually make those things.
Yes, you do, hey? So the girls were making garden. What did you do?
I built
Did you work? Okay, you built that now.
Yes. Nah, I think it was last time or last year.
You think it was last year?
Yes, I can't remember. I like pink. I like pink. I like pink.
Do you like pink, Mimi?
Yeah.
Why are all these clothes on the floor?
Because she was trying to dress up for school, for going to school.
Vision therapy includes moving your arms in the direction of these arrows, right? Sorry, it got wet. Don't ask me who made it wet. But yeah, so you mean to say right, up, left, down as you move your arms. But my 9-year-old is still struggling with left to right. Her 8-year-old brother, he's actually managed to do it this whole week. But she just can't get her left and right correct. And then from there on, you then move your foot, your opposite foot to the arm. So we graduate from moving both arms in the direction of the arrow to then moving only one arm and then using the other arm for the next arrow. So I would go like that with my left arm and then up with my right. And then point to the side with my left arm and then down with my right. So that's what you do. And that's where they were both struggling with moving their hands in the proper direction. Forget even saying their name. We weren't even calling out the direction as they should. And then the second one is the third step is to move the opposite leg. So if I'm meant to be moving my right arm, then I move my left leg. So I go like right and left up. So I move my arm up while moving my foot forward. So it's a long process and we have some challenges. And the optometrist had said she wanted them to be able to name their left and right. Otherwise, we can't really move forward. This needs to be reflexive. So we continue working.